Hey guys, welcome to Source ADV. I'm Mark Jackson. Today we're going to be doing phase one, or starting phase one on this Project Ultralight ADV bike. This is a 2017 KTM 500EXC. I lucked out, a very nice guy in North Carolina, broke his foot, couldn't ride anymore, so I've got a bike here that only has 4 hours time on it, and it is ready to be turned into the ultimate ADV and enduro bike. Phase one, real straightforward. I'm 195, 200 pounds. So the suspension is going to be going off to EnduroSpec in Parker, Colorado tomorrow. We're also going to fix some of the gearing issues that come with the bike due to the noise restrictions on the 500XC. So we've got a 14 and 52 DirtTricks zirconium rear sprocket. Also, the Continental TKC 80 tires, as we all know, are pretty good for anything but dirt riding. So I've got some Golden Tire off-road tires. For the time being, this will be a 99% off-road bike. It'll be trailer to the trail, with a little bit of riding on the street from now on, but for the rest of this summer, it'll be mostly just acting as an enduro bike. So I'm going to be happy with those tires. I'm also going to be doing just some normal maintenance to the bike. It's got 4 hours on it, like I said, and it's going to need its first valve check. Might as well do an oil change, check out the oil filter, that sort of thing. Phase two is going to be lighting and luggage on the bike, and also handlebar and controls and protection. I'm not going to address the power until phase three. It's still a pretty powerful bike, and I want to do that correctly with an ECU, a pipe, and desmogging, de-emissioning the bike. So I want to do that all at the same time, and for the time being, it feels pretty good. It's got some good power. I'm sure the 52 tooth sprocket's going to help a lot with that, and excited just to try it out. Suspension focus first and see where that goes before I just throw a bunch of horsepower at it. So yeah, that's about it. Let's get to it. So I've been doing some riding on this bike, probably about 5 to 10 hours after the first phase of modifications. Addressed some issues in the suspension. I'm 200 pounds, so I had to make it a little bit stiffer. EnduroSpec did a great job on that. Also added some fastway pegs, addressed the gearing issues, got I think it's a 1352 gearing or 1452 gearing now. Added some nicer grips, get a little bit less vibration out of it. We've got the Scott's steering stabilizer, that sort of thing. The goal with this project was to try to make an adventure bike that was also raceable in enduros and hare scrambles. So the idea was to start with the 500EXC platform because it's got a good track record of people riding it all around the world. The Nomad crew, the Rolling Hobo guy, it's been proven. And I think what appeals to me about this bike is that it is fairly simple overall, especially compared to like a 1090. It has all the electronics, or like a 1290 even, or God forbid a BMW GS. You're starting at just such a better weight number. Call it 230 versus, low 500s dry. High 400s maybe if you're lucky. So the goal with this project is to make an adventure bike that's, definitely super biased to the dirt, super biased to, things like BDRs or Baja trips and that sort of thing. Not so focused on having a super comfortable camping experience. The more adventures that I do, the more I realize that, unless you're doing a Charlie Borman, Ewan McGregor, round the world type thing, even in Mexico, there's places to get great food all the time. Same goes for the United States, any of the BDR routes. I mean, you pass through 4 to 5 towns every day you're doing one of those. So it's not too bad. So the focus is to be able to, you know, have enough gear, maybe a couple changes of clothes, some shoes, bivy sack if something happens, small sleeping bag, that sort of thing. We're going to go with the Rackless 40 here in phase 2. We're also going to use the NOMAD-ADV tower GPS mount fairing in an IMS 4.5 gallon tank to increase the range of the bike. But yeah, so phase 1 was just to first address the control and suspension and gearing issues on the bike. So the suspension, the tires, and the gearing are all huge changes to how the bike handles, how it drives, how it feels. The bike just feels so much more planted to the ground. It feels like it's stuck, it can just hold lines, it soaks up all these bumps, and I can definitely attribute that to the suspension. The other thing is those tires, those TKC 80s had to go. The golden tires that are on there now are just incredible. They stick, they will get grip on anything, it's amazing. And then, you know, the gearing of the bike is so important. It just makes it so you can actually do hill climbs without stalling, keeps the bike going. So, definitely a good place to start with the bike. Thank you for watching.
Yow! Oh.